Thoughts from the trail. I get some calls, I get some emails. I hear from, folks asking questions. The topic on a lot of people's minds today is personal safety and security. Safety and security for their family members. A lot of guys concerned about their wife, their children, their daughters. Safety. A lot of crime, a lot of violent crime. There are a lot of upheaval, especially in population centers. Anywhere where there's a population density in America, the chances of encountering a potential violent individual or an individual with ill intentions toward you, whether they want to attack you, whether they want to rob you, whether they want to burglarize your vehicle, maybe they're mentally ill, they perhaps want to unalive you, they may have a weapon, they may be looking to use deadly force. In today's society, there is a lot of stuff going on. It's very dynamic and it's very fluid. And if you are in a situation that you have to operate in, live, or work in an area that begins becoming densely populated, large towns, obviously all the cities are gone. Cities are, well, if this is news to you or if this is shocking to you, I would just encourage you to probably start paying attention a little bit. But anywhere where there's population densities, it doesn't even have to be a big city. I'm from an area that's called the Woodlands in Montgomery County, Texas. It used to not be densely populated. It used to be very low crime. There was a very different demographic that was there, 30 years ago than what there is today. It was very, very safe. It was a great place to raise a family. But today it's densely populated. A lot of immigration from third world countries and things like that. And it's pretty much destroyed it. But a lot of people that are there, because it happens so slowly and gradually over such a long period of time, they don't realize how dangerous it now is, and how much more dangerous it was than when it was when they first moved there. Some people get it, a lot of people don't. Guys, something that I hear, and this has been for years, this isn't anything new. I will hear guys talk about getting their wife some pepper spray for personal protection. Bravo, I think that's a great, those dads or husbands that, at least are thinking like that, you're way ahead of the curve. At least you're thinking about the safety of your family, and that's great. I'm telling you, bravo for you. You're ahead of the curve. One thing I would say, because I have heard this, and again, it's just food for thought. I have heard on numerous occasions, just being around friends, acquaintances, or in crowds, or just around people in general, I've heard, and this is in particularly, it's females. You don't see many guys carrying around pepper spray. So this is females. And again, ladies, please don't get offended by this crap, and don't personalize it. If this isn't you, bravo, it's not you. I'm not talking to you. This is a very generalized statement. So don't be offended, okay? Just let it be what it is. This is a generalized statement. It is a true statement, because I have heard this a lot. I'll hear ladies make this comment. Well, if I didn't have my pepper spray, I probably wouldn't have done that. And man, I just cringe on the inside. I might even cringe on the outside because, oh, Lord of mercy, where do I begin? Ladies, listen to me. The chances of your pepper spray fending off an aggressor, somebody that really wants to do you harm, is 1 in a million. It just is. That is the facts. I have deployed pepper spray. Hey, when I was in the Marine Corps, I went through the gas chambers, CS gas. I've experienced it. Ladies, I am telling you, if you're dependent upon your pepper spray to provide safety and security for you, that is it's not a plan B or a plan C or a plan D or a plan, that is a plan Z. Z is in Zulu. I will tell you right now that if you find yourself in a situation which requires you to deploy pepper spray, the chances of you being hurt or worse or robbed are extremely high. Chances of you being disarmed of your pepper spray are extremely high. I would much rather a lady not have pepper spray and then be aware that she has nothing, so she has to be very, very careful about never putting herself in a situation that could be dangerous. You would be much better off than if you were armed with pepper spray or a pistol and doing things, going places, or participating in activities that you wouldn't do if you didn't think that you were safe because of whatever deterrent you choose to carry. Okay? I hope this is not confusing anyone. Do I think women should be armed? Well, absolutely, if they're capable. I don't meet a lot of capable females with firearms. Just don't. Listen, again, ladies, please don't send me angry emails. If that's not you, I'm not talking about you. Very general statement here. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying 100%. I'm not putting a percentage on it. I'm just saying it's a large number. It is a large number. I know female cops who are not capable of protecting themselves with a firearm, with a sidearm. I was forced to ride with a young lady, police officer. We went through the academy together. She was not capable. It's a whole nother story. One of these days I'll tell some stories about her. Okay? So, but I am very much for females carrying a sidearm as long as they're proficient. You know, there's all kinds of definitions for proficiency depending on who you talk to, the instructors. But I will tell you this, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds downrange with qualified instructors, put in scenarios of high stress, different things like this where you have to deploy, you have to fire, you have to, there's things that you must do to be proficient with a firearm, especially when you're in a high stress situation where you're being perhaps ambushed or attacked or something of this nature. So take it for what it's worth. All I'm saying in the end is this: ladies, you're not a badass. Ladies, you may be a purple belt in Krav Maga or Jiu-Jitsu. You'll still get your ass whipped by a 13-year-old boy. And I mean whipped. You're not a badass. So what you have to do, if you're forced to be in situations without your boyfriend or your husband, who should be responsible for protecting you, but if you're in a situation, whether at work or whatever, I don't know what your situation is. Maybe it's unfortunate, and I'm sorry, I hate to hear that. Do everything you can to never put yourself in a vulnerable position. Everything you can. No, you don't need to be out jogging by yourself at 5 a.m. No, you shouldn't be out on trails in the Woodlands, Texas, with earbuds in and $1,200 worth of Lululemon, oblivious to your surroundings, jogging or walking or whatever. You are being foolish when you do things like this. Am I saying you don't have a right to go jogging at 5 a.m.? Nope, not saying that at all. You have every right to do that. I have every right to fly to Australia, to the Northern Territories, play Paul Hogan or the crocodile hunter and decide I want to swim every river and tributary in northern Australia. I have every right to do that. But when I get eaten by a crocodile, you're not going to be shocked. You're not going to mourn me. You're not going to come to my funeral. You're going to say, Pruitt was a freaking idiot. Of course he got eaten by a crocodile. Ladies, same about you. If you put yourself in situations, your tit gets in a ringer. Ladies, sorry, I have a hard time. I don't have any sympathy. I might have a little tiny bit of empathy. I don't have any sympathy. I don't. You should have avoided that situation. You should have used your brain. So I'm just telling you, wherever you live, it's not getting safer. It's getting more dangerous. Guys, take responsibility for protecting your wife. That is your responsibility. Protect your family. If you're not capable, get capable. Grow a pair. Do whatever you got to do. But these are things you need to be thinking about. You don't want to be talking about it. You don't want to be thinking about it after the crime has been committed. Okay? So, anyway, take that for what it's worth. Don't get mad at me. I'm just ranting here. But I hope you have a great day. Don't forget that you're blessed. We still do have some freedoms. We still do have some abilities to do some things. There's opportunities. You just have to find it. You have to take responsibility, take ownership. Anyway, this is Pruitt from the Defiance Daily Show with Roberts and Pruitt. Come join us every Friday at 11 a.m. Central, live on Rumble. Y'all have a great day. God bless.